Hello everyone, Drake Robert here. Now today's video is going to be a little different than our normal talk and draw because I'm not going to be drawing. Here's what's going on. So, I recently noticed this. Every single AU. Sorry, Mom. Okay. Every single AU that I've ever done, just like a basic video game or something, it's always got a very edgy twist to it. Like, I'm gonna go to like my beginning of this edgy backstory stage, all the way up into my newest edgy backstories. So that's gonna be fun. Okay, so I think my first edgy backstory has to be Ed's World. This backstory even came out before the Dreams backstory, which is one of the dang nearest fucking edgiest crap I've ever had on this channel. So, here's the Ed's World one. My character, Jex. I think I still have some pictures of her somewhere. Yeah, probably in my notebooks or something. So I had this character named Jex. She wore like an extremely light dark blue color, almost like it's like lavender, but lighter and more blue. That's like her hoodie. And so basically, she was born into a family, and like her mother hated her, so she would abuse her. And then eventually, her mother staged a plan to get rid of her when she figured out, like a couple weeks after she had her newest baby, because her baby's supposedly pretty and beautiful and smart. And apparently, to her mom, Jex wasn't. So her mom started being nice to her and even gave her breakfast in bed, got her in the car, and drove off. She drove to the park and they played, then she drove into these really shady woods where the red leader was spotted before he fucking killed the news reporter and ran off into the woods again. So, yeah. It's like around the Suicide Forest area in Tokyo. Yeah. There is this supposed mansion in the woods where the red leader and the blue leader, Tom and Tord, live. And they supposedly leave and go back to Norway whenever they need to do stuff at like their base. AKA almost every morning. So I don't know why they live in dang Tokyo, Japan. Anyways, so her mother left her there to fend for herself, and there were these two wolves that found her, and they cared for her until a few hours later when she started crying because one of the wolves left to get food. Tom heard, and he came into the woods, and he came out of the woods opening, and he saw her, and he just picked her up, ignored the wolf entirely, and took her. So they took care of Jex for a while until eventually, the guy's okay, fam, we can't be having this child here. We already told you this with your two other children, your biological children, so, drop her into the woods. Okay, thank you, fam. And then they're like, but we can't, she human. And then they're like, well, turn her into a wolf or something. So they turned her into a husky. Yet not fully, so she can still turn into a human. So basically, I just created a semi-furry character, don't judge me. I didn't know anything about creating good OCs back then. Did you see my basic mascot? Anyways, back to the story. So then, The wolf found her when she turned to a husky. They're like, they were able to turn to human, and they're like, ooh, ooh, hi. And then they were like a Colta and a Colton, two siblings that are like in nearest, like, probably around like 6th grade. Their original names were Jack and Jill, but they changed them. So, yeah. And then, like, 1 month later, this little girl named Tamori wanders off into the woods and sees her sitting there. She's like, oh my gosh, hi. Like, reaches out her hand, and she's like, turns into a wolf, and she's like, oh, okay, pulls out gun, die. She didn't actually pull it. She pulled out a pocket knife, and she's like, why does she have that? She's a little girl. So, she got scared and started whining, and then they held hands for a while, and they started playing games and stuff. She despises Red Leader. Like, Jex absolutely despises her leader. Yeah. So, yeah, basically, yeah. That's how the story goes. And then they became best friends and went to the same high school, apparently. But, yeah. It's edgy. Now, the next edgy one would have to be my Deltarune one. Skipping, like, a couple fandoms in, of course. So my Deltarune one. So my Deltarune one is very edgy. Like, edgier than the previous one. So my Deltarune one goes like this. So, basically, Noelle's parents have had another child when Noelle was an adult, and Noelle and Birdley are together apparently, and they have 2 children. So, then they had like twins like after they had their kids, so like they were the same age. So then they grew up like playing video games, and then they're like high school. They're like, hey, let's go down to this abandoned high school. It'll be fun. And the Birdley twins did not want to go, so they went by themselves. It's basically just the old broken down high school, which is the high school from the game that Chris went into. So they went into the high school. There was this weird part of the building that wasn't broken. They opened it. It was the old closet, and they fell. Of course, their hair turned blue, and they got like warrior clothing. And yeah, basically. And the most of their fur turned white as well. And then they grew wings, and they flew down to safety. And then they kept seeing these like little creatures pop up, but they could only see their shadows because they popped up every second. Then this girl named Delilah, cough cough, you should know about her, cough cough. I made videos on her, cough cough. So Delilah she got a diehard, which is a diamond heart fusion, to attack. The diehard attacked and died. Well, there's 3 endings. In the neutral ending, what she does was she gets severely hurt, and then they let her go. So yeah, passive aggressive basically. The genocide is different. Okay, so basically then, this girl in Delilah's again like, and then she's like, Princess Lancy. She nearly killed her. Look at her. Oh my god. So then, she was like attacking them with like white knives, kind of like the Lancer attack scene where he was throwing like little white spades at them. She was throwing little white knives at them. So yeetus the knife. Knives are being thrown at their faces. So then, basically, they dodged, and then she fell because her heel got caught on the cliff, and she fell. And to get the neutral ending, she catches her, and then she's like, "Ah, hi!" And then Delilah is like, "Not again!" Jumps on Lancey. "What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Kill them! Kill them!" And then she was stopped with a sword right in her face from Millix and Mabel. They're like, "Die." What she did was Lancey backed her up and said that it's her friend Delilah. They became a gang. Ooh, a gang. And so there's this evil soon-to-be queen. She was the soon-to-be queen. And then it was changed to... She was going to be the queen, and then it was changed to Lancer. So this is Lancer's twin sister, Landa. She is the evilest little witch ever. So here's what she does. What she does is she's like, "Oh, hi. Nice to see you." She has a really good relationship with Lancey. Because she's like, "Auntie, yeah." Yeah. And so basically, Jebel and Sham left Delilah to play, at, the old, demon place. The old cell place, because the castle has been moved to a different direction. So it's just, a deepening stairway down to a opened room with, spinning, but there's no bars anymore. They've been ripped off because it's old. She was listening to a music box, and then all of a sudden she starts making noise, and she's like, "Huh, who's that?" Delilah gets up. She walks over. She sees her. She runs up the stairs, and she's pushed down and then stabbed, and then she dies. And then basically, Lancey decides to, Lancey figures out that Delilah has been killed. So she tells Millix. She tells Millix who the murderer was, which is her aunt. When she promised her aunt she wouldn't tell anyone. And she's brung down. She's like, "Hey, I need you to meet me here where Delilah died." She's like, "Okay." So she goes there, and then she's killed. Basically. And then Landa, Miss Queen Witch, possesses Mabel, which is the brother. And now he's this demon creature. A demon deer with wings. Okay. So then, when he sees Delilah's, dead body, he's like, "Oh." Cries. Turns back to normal. No, my sister decapitates. So yeah, now they're dead. All three of the girls are dead. And she tries to possess them again, but it didn't work. Yeah. And so then, Jibble and Sham find all three of the girls who have been missing for 10 months. Really? You couldn't think to check the one place you left your daughter? Boy, okay. So then, what they do is they get the girls' dead bodies, and they stitch their wounds closed and their souls back together. And they come back alive, apparently. Now, at this point in time, Susie and Lancer are both dead as well. Of course. Yeah. So then they're like, "Oh man, ooh." And then they get everyone. And then they go kill her. Yeah. Edgy. And then they get their happy ending with Lancey X Millix and Mabel X Delilah becoming a thing, apparently. My AU, I have